I was just about to say, I see that bike in the back, mate. I hope you're taking care of that. Give me a little spin round tour of that. Oh my God, is that Kaylee in the back? How's that leg? Is it finally fixed yet? Yeah, there we go.
Any excuse, mate, to not do workouts.
Yeah. What were you saying? Oh, good.
Says, is your leg fixed yet?
Just got that screw taken out.
Is that all it's needed? Oh, all right. That's fair.
She had the screw in there. She's now got to have the screw taken out.
Oh, right. God, that happened years ago, didn't it? That's nuts, isn't it? You think about it.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago.
I know, that was nuts. Oh, good to see her back. Oh, God. And Bennett. Guys, I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll always give the first few minutes for around the room. Guys, if you want to talk to one another, feel free. Like, and everybody's just like eating their dinner, though, by the looks of it, or clawing it all out. But
George, did you get that message I sent you about that workout?
Yeah,
mate, that was honestly ruined me.
Finished coaching. I've walked back on another Zoom call for an hour, and I'm just trying to get dinner down before this Zoom call. But I have seen the message.
Yeah. If anyone's keen, what was it? Was it for time 5, 10, 15, 20, then 20, 15, 10, 5 plate?
Look, I can't even leave you guys to talk amongst yourself without talking about a workout. What's that? Jesus, Gav.
Oh, come on, man. It's the one thing we've all got in common.
Oh, God.
Hey, look, it's better than me bringing up bloody COVID. I'm like...
He's got a point.
Yeah. Oh, look at that boy in the back there. Fresh. That's a cool top, my man. Where'd you get that from?
Great top.
Oh.
Different
all right.
people, look.
Yeah, no, other people, eh? Who would have thought this? All right, cool, guys. I'll kind of quickly start on this one. Obviously, thanks for giving up a bit of time of your day to just have a general chit chat, to be honest with you, about just kind of how everything is, to be honest with you, and what we're kind of struggling with. What do you feel like could be very useful to you right now? Because we know that, it's definitely another 6 weeks, guys. We're definitely sure of that. There are some rumors that it's like the 3rd week of March potentially. But you know what this thing's like, guys. So yeah, it's just like we've got at least another 6 weeks at home. Okay, so we know that full well of fact for us. So we just wanted to jump on and just define on. I think that's Jess signing in lastminute.com. Go on, girl. Hi, Jess. There she goes. We've got you. You're on mute, so don't worry about it. I can't hear you.
Mike, that gym
Sorry,
better be on
hazard to
point
being
by the time we
blonde.
get back.
Say that again, Tommy boy.
I said you got an extra few weeks to make sure that gym's on point, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to make sure that there's plenty of space for you, mate, not to turn up at the 6 a.m. class. I'll make sure there's plenty of space for you, bud. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I do have a nice few weeks, so that's coming on quite nicely. It's starting to resemble a bit of a gym now, which is the kind of the cool thing, should I say. But guys, yeah, back to the main point is we just want to find out a little bit from you guys what you're kind of struggling with, and if there's anything that would be quite useful to you right now. Now, for example, obviously I've got a few kind of things that, for example, I'll kind of tell what I'm struggling with. I'm sure George can pipe in, and Greg, and then hopefully that kind of gives a lot of people some relative points and probably can relate to it, to be honest with you. First point for me is I've always, since it's been going on, yes, I've had the other gym to really focus on, but actually finding a routine that fits me and obviously fits this whole mental mess of staying at home, as in waking up at the same times. I'm pretty prone to hitting the snooze button one more time, unless I've got to let the boys in first thing in the morning now. but snoozing in a little bit more, it actually makes me feel pretty crappy about myself. To be honest, I know it sounds really small things to kind of do, but it doesn't set me up quite nicely. Kind of just getting a bit of a regular pattern, as in doing stuff and planning my day. When I don't plan my day, completely tick it out, I kind of completely ruin my day and actually feel like it's completely wasted. So for example, like the routine element for me, this COVID has completely ruined it out. I probably haven't trained properly in about 2.5 weeks, as in done one of the workouts online with the guys, like I was videoing them and so on. So you guys haven't had the joy of that just yet, or lately, should I say. But guys, that's the tip of the iceberg, to be honest with you. I'm sure there's going to be loads of things that you're all going to struggle with, as in motivation, what's keeping you going, and so on along those lines. So I'll tell you what, I'll call you person by person rather than, because I know what's going to happen. We'll all shout at once and be like, blah, 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 blah. All right. So George, my man, give us something you're kind of struggling with at the moment. How are you kind of finding everything?
For me, and I know I had a really good conversation with Maria when she came up to record some sessions with us a couple of weeks ago. But there's this really, I don't want to call it a bad mindset, but really kind of common mindset between athletes, that we need to be doing something all the time. So like you get into this like really bad mindset of, I've not worked out today, and your circumstances just don't allow it. You have a busy day at work, you've got stuff on, you don't get a workout in, and you feel really, really bad just for something as simple as not getting a workout in. And then the next day comes around and you're like, I must get a workout in. And the next day, life happens, shit happens, you get caught late at work, and in your mind, you're like, I want to work out. And whatever happens, like for whatever reason, you can't get a workout in the next day. And the more that goes on, the more you get in this really negative mindset of like, oh, well, that's 3 days, I'm going backwards. Like, you're not. And for me, I thought I was really struggling with this on my own. And when I've like spoken to Chris about it, or to Maria, and even to Stu about it, they're like, look, I feel like that. Like, don't beat yourself up for having a couple of days off. Like, we need to understand, like, we can't get the same sort of stimulation in terms of like what we would get in a gym. But just for me, it was just being a little bit kinder to myself. You know, if I have 3-4 days of not doing a workout, I've still done something else in those days. I've still walked to work, I've walked home, I might have walked to the gym to coach, I've walked back from the gym. Like, I'm not completely sedentary, I'm still doing something. But to try and break that mindset of feeling like I have to do something, and even it goes a little bit further, that like we talk about that all or nothing mindset of like, oh, because I've not done something, my diet will go to shit. But just making those little conscious efforts to actually, well, if I've not done anything today, maybe I won't have a biscuit with my tea, or you just the little 1%, but just being a bit more forgiving of myself is what I've been struggling with. And having spoken to Chris and Maria, it's nice to know that it wasn't just me going through that, and actually some others are going through it, and that was a little bit of a relief for me. So that's what I was struggling with last couple of weeks, but I feel like having spoken to a few different people about that, it's kind of helped me relax a little bit.
Guys, who else has felt a bit like this, as in kind of saying, I haven't been kind of working on, and actually you feel quite nervous about going back or starting again, or you know, you've had 3 days and you're just like, well, I might as well start Monday, and it's already that Wednesday. I know Ian has, like, come on, like.
I've been doing this for about 4 years though, Mike.
Yeah, we've been the stop-start engine, haven't we, boy? Like,
yeah, I think the thing I take solace in about the fact that I haven't done it for 3 days or I've done it for a week, and that is I do go back. You know, I make sure that I do go back to doing it. Yeah, it's not as often as I want, and it's, you know, I can always find the excuse not to do the online session or not go to the physical gym. It is getting more difficult as the winter months drawn in more, and then going COVID didn't help. But I'm finding that the fact that I made the effort to come to tonight's session, although it isn't a workout session and it isn't anything else, it's getting me back into that routine of actually making an effort to turn off the TV, to turn on the Zoom session and do something different rather than what I do every other night of the week. So it is difficult. It has been very difficult actually, but we're all in the same boat.
I guess that's the key point right there, is that, guys, it's acknowledging that it is difficult. and it's not to beat yourself up too drastically. A bit like what George has pretty much has spoken on. I know it's very much a circumstance kind of thing, right? I think if we were allowed out of the house, we were allowed in the gym, and this was the thing, and we were like, oh, I'm not going at the house, and we would be like, slap out of it, like, come on, stop being like, you know what I mean? But because we are being ordered to stay at home, or can only go really for essential kind of stuff, it is one of those things where the circumstance does not help the situation when it comes to this. And I think we're too caught up in living what we were doing, as in going to the gym 5-6 times a week, and we were quite happy because that's what was given our little fix, if you know what I mean. Or I kind of like, I've done that bit for the day, which is cool. And now that we don't have that, and that's been taken away a little bit, it's kind of almost going, well, I don't feel like me, in a sense. So I can totally kind of appreciate that for me. Nick, I believe that you felt a little bit like this as well, Nicky. Am I right?
Yes, it's like every day by 5:30 I finish my work. I'm always excited that at 6 I'll be doing my gym session today at 6. But by the time 6 turns, like I'm like, no, I'll not do today. I'll take the rest today. So it's that type of feeling. Like the entire day I'm sitting in one chair, like hardly move around or anything. And then by 5:30 I'm feeling so tired that I don't want to work out. It's that type of feeling.
Yeah. So if I'm correct, and mistake me if I'm wrong, it's because generally you just sat down in that same spot every day, all day, and it's like anything, right? We all. Does anybody else feel tired when they don't actually do anything that whole day? Like, it's one of those things, when you don't do anything, it seems to be a fact we're actually freaking tired throughout the whole day. And then you feel like you've wasted it. And then the next day you're like, right, let's do this again. And then end up hitting snooze button the next day. And it just becomes a roll-on effect, right? Which is the crap thing. And in the days in which we don't want to do anything, and we actually do something, it's actually like, all right, cool, I've got to get up and go. And I think specifically, I've definitely noticed that, like the 6 a.m. online classes are quite popular, to be honest with you. I think that sets everybody up quite nicely for the day. I know some people are like, yeah, shut up, 6 a.m. Are you joking?
Advice for that.
Say that again.
I said, Nicky, can I give you a little bit of advice for that? Like, when you get that wave at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon of like, I'm going to do a workout tonight, go onto the members page and just post up there, hey guys, I'll be working out at 5:30 tonight or 5 p.m. tonight. And by telling other people that you'll be doing that, it's a little bit of like self-accountability, because then somebody else might comment on your post and be like, hey, I'll log on with you. Yeah. And then you'll log on because you don't want to let that other person down. So if you have like a little bit of a moment during the day where you're like, do you know what, I've got some get up and go here, just let someone know you've got some get up and go, because you might find there's a couple of members the same, feeling like that, but thinking like, oh, I don't want to commit. And I'll tell you what's a fear for a lot of people is being the only person on Zoom. The people that log on at like 5:02 and is, oh, I hope I'm not the only one. If you say to somebody at 2 o'clock, hey, I'll be online at 6, I guarantee you won't be the only person there at 6, and you'll make sure you'll get there because you've told somebody you're going to be there.
Then we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do.
Just give it a go for me, Nicky.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you accountable to that, Nick, by the way. now he's never going to post anything in the group. But like, I'm not working out.
Well, and George has got to always go on now every time he posts as well, just to make sure he can keep the promise that he's never going to be the only one on there.
Pretty much, mate. Pretty much. That's the thing. But you can kind of see like such a small little thing, like actionable thing to keep yourself accountable. It is definitely something that will just give you that little push. And even some days you're not going to feel like it. Now, I'm not being funny. Judge us if we're all wrong. We like going to the gym as a group because we like being together and we like seeing one another. Now, I know it's not the same thing online. It's fucking not the same. All right. Definitely being in your own little room or whatever, it's definitely not the same. However, the fact that there's potentially some other people out there doing it as well with you, you still get that kind of feeling, obviously doing it with people. And that's definitely a big part of obviously what we want and what we're all about, obviously in the gym, and obviously trying to do that as well on the online is the tough point. So my man, good stuff. But Guys, is any what else seems to be the struggle bus? What else seems to be like drag? Yeah, go on, Jess.
So I was just going to go back to the whole like motivational thing. Like,
Yeah.
for me, when I was working, I was commuting into London, and I used to have that get off the train, get in the car, and go to the gym. But I had that break as such. Whereas now everything's all in one. So you're sat at your office desk, and there's no natural break like from leaving work to then going to the gym. So like with Nikki, like I will log on every day at 6 o'clock, Monday to Friday, and do the 6 o'clock classes. And I don't really do social media a lot, but I have been posting it every day on Instagram, just purely because where I've seen other people do it, it motivates me. So I'm hoping that if people see me do it, then that will motivate other people to do it. And if you kind of get into a routine, like I finish work at 5, but between sort of 5 and 5:30, I won't, if I sit down on the sofa and watch the telly, that's it, I'm gone for the evening. So just do a job, like put the washing on or something, and just sort of make a natural break where I haven't got that train journey. I sort of make a natural break by doing a couple of jobs. And again, going back to what you were saying, George, about being harsh on yourself, I've been writing call it a to-do list. So write down things that you've done rather than write a list of stuff to do. Write down things that you've done, that you've achieved in the day, like get up, have a shower. Saturday, I didn't have a shower all day. I was in my pajamas the whole day, but I gave myself that rest day as such. But if you start writing things down that you have achieved, and then when you look back on it at the day, it's amazing what you have actually done. So it's kind of like a motivation, rather than writing a list, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do whatever. Right, as you do things, make a note of it and then look back on it. And that's personally, that sort of spurred me on a little bit.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Jess, that a list of what you've accomplished. Really cool idea. Something that definitely I might start using, I think, there.
I've never heard of anyone do that.
It's like I said, you feel like you've done nothing for the day, but if you actually write it down, you do things, and you forget at the end of the day what you have actually done.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take that list to an extreme now. I'm going to put left sock on, right sock on, tick. My list is going to be massive.
Teething, yeah. Brushed my teeth today.
Yeah. I'm sure
down
I
to
can.
the end of the road, just anything.
Sure I can
write it down, but it does make you feel better. Well, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, no, that's how to say it. I tell you, that's quite an interesting way of doing it. To be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people would probably write it down as they've achieved it. I guarantee that most people probably don't like get up in the morning and go up in the morning, tick. But it works for you. Like genuinely, it works for you, and that's the cool thing. It's actually finding something that does work for you and actually keep you going. And it's those small little actions throughout the day that just build up to actually kind of build that momentum. And obviously have success of the day, let's kind of say. So that's a good little way to think about it. Guys, what else seems to be the struggle bus right now? Don't make me call your names out.
I can go.
I've got a really hard floor. It hurts in the painful.
I've got a painful hard floor.
Yeah, it hurts. I need your soft rubber matting. No more reverse burpees on hard floor.
I tell you what, that's the first time that somebody's ever asked me that they've missed the soft rubber matting. I'll tell you that now. I'll give you that.
But
I think the reverse lunges are ruining my feet. Actually, I've noticed on yoga, on doing it on a yoga mat, they've proper destroyed my feet, even though I've got trainers on.
What reverse lunges?
Yeah. Maybe it's because I've never done so many before in my life. Probably avoid all the reverse lunges normally.
You've literally beaten me to the punt there, mate. Well done. I was about to say, you don't normally do that there. Guys, what else? Greg, sorry, go on, carry on.
No, I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to shoot. I'm going to put the kids to bed.
I love that. He's literally come in and said, "I've got hard floors and jet."
Got hard floors. There's no rubber matting. But no,
Well
Mike,
played.
I wanted to say thank you for all the things. Thanks, George. Great encouragement. Jessica, you always help out because I'm always in your 6 o'clock classes with you. So it is those little things you get to know certain people. Like last one, it was always Nikki I was with. So
Yeah.
it's those little groups you
No.
make on
Every
Zoom.
day.
Nick, so Greg, so Nick's now going to start posting in the group, and you've got to
No,
comment
from
underneath
tomorrow
saying
you'll
you're
find me
joining
every
it.
6 o'clock, I'll be there.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. We'll see you there. Yeah. All right, Greg. No money, my
Yeah,
man.
see
All
you
right.
later,
Have a
guys.
good evening. All right. See you
Yeah,
later.
Greg.
Cheers,
Bye.
my man. Cool. Guys, even just straight away, you know, just like picking up. Obviously, I know he's just chucked you under the bus there, Nick, pretty hard.
Yes.
Saying it used to be you and now it's Jess. But that's quite a good one. It's a good one. Guys, other struggle bus. What are we finding tough? Are we finding it tough to join the online classes? Are we finding it tough just to exercise full stop? Are we finding it tough to, you know, eat a bit better? What thoughts?
Finding food quite tough. I think
It's difficult.
because there'll be times when we have like a really busy day, so we're both working from home, and I'll go the entire day and I'll just forget to eat. So that's bad one way. But then days when I'm really quiet, because where we're working is right next to the kitchen, so then you go the other way and you just end up eating too
Yo-yo
much
dieting.
because it's there.
So eating out of boredom.
Yeah, on days of boredom at work, and then just Ian doesn't have this problem as much where he forgets to eat.
Chuck him
Never
under.
forget. Forget to stop. Never forget to start.
But there will be days where he'll sit there and literally put food on my list and go, "You have to eat." Yeah, so
Okay, cool. So,
So-
go on, Greg. I think you
I was going to say,
something.
so those of you that will know me, quite a few that don't, know that I'm like historically, certainly, sort of one of these guys that just tends to juggle everything, whether it's running the gym, whether it's doing the day job, whether it's the kids, whatever it is, and it's all intense. And I think so. I'm someone who works predominantly from home anyway. So you know, I'm used to doing it. But I think the thing that's affected me the most is this constant sense of hurry and rush. And even though you're at home, you're just almost frenetic with activity all the time, and you feel permanently connected. You know, whether it's on your phone, whether it's in front of your computer, whether it's on a Zoom call or a telephone call, you're constantly almost bombarded. And even when you turn off, you turn into your phone or your social media or whatever as an outlet, let's say. So I think I massively struggled with this up until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just kind of took a little bit of a stock of kind of where my head was at and why I was feeling that way. And I think there's this just constant go. And so I've done a few things and just tried a few things out, and it's made such a big difference to me. And it's just little things like Jess was saying, like you've got a to-do list. I'm making a list of the things that I want to achieve, and the way that I'm putting them down is I'm saying, if I look back at the end of the day, or I look back at the end of the week, the things that I've wanted to achieve on a personal level, on a business level, whatever, I'm going to be really pleased with that. And what I'll do at the end of the day, I'll just literally take 5 minutes and just kind of go back over those things and go, was that thing that I did, was that, you know, moving me towards where I wanted to be, and all of that kind of jazz. But then the other thing that I've done, which has really made a big difference, is I've actually just turned my phone off, and I've removed social media from my phone, and I've literally gone, right, I'm done. I'm turning the phone off. I'm turning the laptop off, or whatever, and I'm actually doing little things like blocking out my time, and just saying, like, right, for the next 20 minutes, the phone's going on mute. I don't care who's calling me. And I'm just going to focus on this one thing that I'm doing right now, and just being really deliberate with it. And kind of, you know, other little things like taking yourself out for a 10-minute stroll around the park and just leaving your phone at home and stuff like that. Just really being incredibly conscious about where you're at and what you're doing right now and the things that are really important. And just, you know, if you know, unless it's a kind of a life or death kind of scenario, someone that's calling you, they can wait another half an hour to an hour. You're focusing on that one thing here and now. Because otherwise you just feel like your head's just constantly connected and spinning all the time. And I massively struggled with that up until really recently.
Well, I know full well fact that you set yourself a lot of non-negotiables, right? And I think that's quite an easy exercise. That, like,
yeah,
when we say non-negotiables, it's not taking it to the extreme. That can almost be like, hey guys, I'm gonna do some sort of movement every day, whether that's a long walk, whether that's the workout, jump online, whether that's do your own thing. You know, obviously I know that your non-negotiables are a little bit more family orientated. As in obviously spending a lot more time with the family, obviously kids and obviously the other half. But I don't have the stressors, should I say, of that. And there's some people that I'm very thankful for. And obviously to some of you guys, you sucks to be you. No, I'm joking. But it's like, obviously there's another level on that straight away, that you've got to manage your time a lot more efficiently, and obviously for others as well. And it's very easy to be caught up in constantly doing things rather than actually spending the quality time, as we might say. But Gav, come on, what you got for me? What you got for me, G? Should I say?
Man. Yeah, did you notice that, how it's G? Look at it, pay attention to that.
Nobody calls you G, brother. That's all I'm
Everyone
saying.
calls me G. No one calls me Gareth in my life. I swear to God, you're the only one.
G, before you crack on, can I just jump points there?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
Going back to Greg, just real quickly. Obviously, I think it's where everybody's struggles become their own. I think, obviously, for you stand about how busy you are, Greg. For a lot of people, you'll be in a really envious position there, because there's so many people out there that have been put on furlough, been made redundant, that don't have that busyness.
Yeah. And
so for those people, their smartphone or their laptop, their Netflix, their YouTube is their release. Those looking for stimulation. So I think I love that you're managing like your tasks and your stresses there, but just be thankful that
yeah. No, I must admit, you know, it's yeah, I've been very, very fortunate, like with work and with everything that you know, I've had all those things and I haven't got to worry about. Let's say, you know, it's not to say, you know, you don't have your money worries and things, but you know, yeah, for sure, there are a lot of people. I know a load of people that you know, like you say, it's that Netflix or that phone or whatever that is that thing that they need as their outlet, let's say. And the physical stuff and food and things are, you know, they're the things that people will, you know, maybe turn to as that kind of fix. For sure.
And anybody that can relate there to Greg's situation of feeling like you are under stress, I think there were some great tips from Greg there to help with that. And then going back just before that as well, I want to go back to Ian's point of like the food there, and obviously saying there how you're not eating for a lot of the day. Just bear in mind there's a couple of things going on here. Number one is you're going to be less active, so you're going to be working up less of an appetite. Number two, if you're working from home, you're going to be under probably a little bit more mental stress, so that's also going to affect your appetite. So for the guys that are maybe losing their appetite and don't want to eat, just bear that in mind, that whether you eat your 1,500, 2,000 calories spread out in 3 or 4 meals, or whether you just have it in one hit in the evening, is still 1,500 calories. Like, although ideally for performance, we would say you need to eat every 3 to 5 hours. Look, realistically, if you're not super active at home and you are feeling a little bit stressed, don't kind of stress that you're having one big meal at the end of the day. It's not ideal, but it's you getting by.
Yeah. I think so definitely coming to that point, what George is saying is, again, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves right now that we have to be perfect with our eating habits. Okay, it's generally not going to happen. 80-20 rule. That's why it's super important that we always kind of talk about it. And to be honest with you, George is right in a stance of saying it doesn't. To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter what times you eat or how big of a meal you have, and so on. Calories are calories at the end of the day. But it's all about just building some good habits more than anything else. And that's definitely where, we definitely talk about that very much when we talk about the nutrition program with myself, Maria, or Chris, for example. When we do the nutrition, we talk about building habits first. We don't even talk about, calories and macros, and because people make it too complex. And the reason why people make it too complex is that you fall off very easy. It's all of a case of going, all right, cool. What are we focusing on? Okay, eating better in the evenings. A lot of people do like this HelloFresh or Gusto now and stuff, and a lot of the hard work's taken away, and you can just eat a bit better, if you know what I mean. Then you focus on having your lunches a little bit better. You know what I mean? You just tackle one thing at a time. Don't kind of overcomplicate things. I think when it comes to like a nutrition stance, and Ian, more than happy. Actually, I know Ian full well fact that you've spoken to Chris before as well, so you should definitely be checking in with him. And if you don't, I will definitely message him afterwards to do that. Otherwise, I will send you a link so you can have a chat with me, mate, and we chat week by week and we talk about it, right? Guys, that goes for anybody. If anybody wants to chat about building some habits and focal points, that's the reason part of, when we put out this nutrition program and stuff like that, it's not just nutrition scratch surface. It's about building the good habits, getting focal points throughout your days, and then kind of really building on your kind of nutrition stuff. So if people do want to talk about it, reach out. There's no question. There's no issues about that whatsoever. Okay.
Baby steps. Be kind to yourself.
So, G, back to you, mate. Come on, you're here for a reason, man.
Just on the back of what you've just said there, right? I don't, like, me personally, I don't know any other gym that's gone through as much, put in so much effort as what you lot have. I'm not gonna lie, like the nutrition of what you've just said, right? The online classes that you're doing, the pre-recorded of it all, the engine building work that you did, the mobility stuff that you did, right? I don't know one box that has done all of that, and you've done it all from the beginning. And just to let you know, and George and Maria and Chris and Stu, that is fucking appreciated. Like, it really is. That your online work for the first lockdown helped me a fucking like tenfold. I didn't know what I'd do without that. So that was a massive thing for me for the first lockdown, 100%. But for me personally, I mean, I keep on telling myself it's not just you. You're not the only one in the boat. We're all in it together. And this lockdown is, again, 10 times harder than the first one, because it's not sunny 8 o'clock at night, and it's not beaming down. It's not 30 degrees at night, right? I'm like, getting home from work, wanting to do a workout, but oh look, fuck about, it's raining again. Guess what? Can't do nothing. So that, for me, that's what I've been struggling with the most, is that this one sucks because of the weather, mainly for me, because that's where I do my workouts. I do them outdoors. I mean, I'm grateful that I can even do that out in the street. Some people can't even do that. Do you know what I mean? I bet there's so many people now just wanting to grab a barbell and just flung about 40 kg and snatches. Do you know what I mean? And but it's just, I'm grateful I got that. But for me personally, so I was like, January, going to focus on it. And it's like, didn't do anything on the 1st January. It's not going on New Year's Day. I'm hanging. I ain't doing nothing New Year's Day. But after that, I was focusing on January. I was like, right, I'm going to try and focus on it. And it just hasn't happened because it's rained and it's just been cold. Like, I've grabbed the barbell, no word of a lie. I've been having to wear gloves, like builder's gloves. And it ain't, it's just, it's a nightmare out there. So I've just like, every time, like what George said, like, when you said you can't do a workout and that, and you're screwing, you're just like, oh man, I need to get a workout. So I was just like, right, how can I change that mindset? Because I am a person who's in that gym at least 2 hours a day for 6 days a week. I love it. I love the social side of it, even though I get mugged off by Mike every day, bless him. I love
coming back, baby.
I can't help it. It's just, and you see all these faces on the regular, and then you've just gone down from not seeing anyone. So I've just been like, right, how can I what can I put my energy towards something? So what I've been focusing on recently, and which I've never done before, is mobility work. And I've been doing 30 minutes every day, every morning, followed by a 30-second cold shower. Now that might sound nuts, but I'm telling you now, that cold shower, I kid you not, it makes me feel awesome in the morning. Like, honestly, 30 seconds. I do 10 minutes of breathing work. Breathing for me, again, with the first lockdown and this lockdown, I struggled because, like, you know, not really going out. So I struggled with sleeping. So I looked into breathing exercises, and that for me, honestly, I can't rate it enough. So that's how I start my day now. I do 30 minutes of mobility, 10 minutes breathing, 30-second cold shower. And I kid you not, that for me, for the start of the day, I'm just off. I'm cash. I'm all right. I'm good.
And what I'm saying, Gav, if you can get up in the morning and have a cold shower, I'm sure you can go outside in the rain to work out, right?
Oh yeah, but no one's doing that though, bruv. Innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's doing it. I had a floodlight hanging out the back.
I would rather go outside and stay in the rain and get in a cold shower in the morning. That's just me.
I'm telling you, man. My girlfriend's just like, you need to stop talking about cold showers, but I can't.
Is lockdown really this boring that you just talk about cold showers?
But this is the
He's
thing.
in a midlife crisis. Rather than talking about sex, he's talking about cold showers. There's something serious in there, man.
I went an extra degree today, girl. Welcome.
It gets worse than that. I met up with my mates on Zoom on a Friday night, and I wore my rings up, and I got dressed up. And Mum's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm meeting on my pals, man. I'm getting dressed up." And I was just like, "It's sad, but it's just the little things."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that little thing. But yeah,
again, that's a good old classic case of, you know, really worrying about what, like, you know, things that you can't control, and obviously trying to understand things that you can control. Like, you can't control the weather. Like, there's no point. I think I literally wrote a post about that today as well. Like, you know,
I see your post, and
it's literally one of those things, right? Where it don't matter. You could wish for anything. Like, I'm sure George wish he could be like shorter and less ginger. Myself, I wish I could be taller. I'm joking, but I could be, you know, I wish I could be taller. And like I say, we could have wished that we'd be somewhere else, like Oz, New Zealand, or something like that. But we just can't. It's out of our control, and we constantly think about the outcomes of what's out of our control. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I can't get my workout in. It's ruined my day. Oh, it's ruined. Now I can't sleep right because then I'm thinking about what can I do. Do you know what I mean? It just rolls on and rolls on. Yeah. And obviously the point is actually, like you say, just pulling it back and going, do you know what? I can't do that, but I can do my mobility work. Or do you know what? I can have a cold shower in the morning.
you have that in control though yourself. Like you are able and you're manageable to manage that situation. It's just how you go about that. And it's not, you know, it's not easy. I'm not sitting here saying it's fucking all, you know, it's hard. It is hard.
Not easy jumping in the cold shower, my man. I've tried it.
No, it ain't. Trust me, it ain't. But I'm telling you, right out.
You definitely need to do a few deep breaths before jumping in there, didn't you, bud?
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, for sure. But again, just the main thing that I keep on going over is that it ain't just me. It isn't just me going through all this. It's everyone.
Yeah, agree.
So yeah,
Bailey. Yeah, look, head up, ding! I've been called out the back of the class. Oh, what are we struggling with, my man?
Scribbling notes, listening to our Wim Hof over there.
You've been watching him as well?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Mate, honestly, I swear to God.
Oh, I think he does more
good
than
lad, good lad.
That's something to aim for, isn't it?
Good lad. What was that?
I think he does more than 30 seconds in the shower.
No, your 30 seconds, you start off, you work up to 2 minutes 15. That's your end point.
Really? Is that it?
Yeah, 2:15 is your end point. 2 minutes 15, something like that.
Oh, I don't know about that, mate. Sounds a bit rough.
Oh, go on.
I'm impressed. That's pretty good. But like, yeah.
Bailey, what are we struggling with, my man? What are we struggling with?
I'll tell you. So like, for me, like, I'm on furlough at the minute, so it's a bit like I've just got a day, and so I feel like the hardest part is to like just not sit down all day. Like, I've been pretty good. Like, I've like every day, like either 5. If I missed a 5 o'clock, I'll always make sure I get them 6 o'clock for a workout. I always make sure I do something that day. But do you know what I mean? It's just be like, but that's right at the end of the day, isn't it? in the
What are you doing
beginning.
for the rest of the time?
Yeah, it's just sitting there watching Netflix. 5
Completely,
o'clock,
mate.
I go to do a workout, finish that, go have a quick shower, sit back down and watch Netflix again. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like finding a way to. I've been like trying to find a way to like block out my day, like take a dog for a walk, go for a bike ride, just things like that. So it's just that's been my biggest struggle, is sort of like trying to section my day up.
Trying to keep yourself busy more than anything else.
So like always up by like 8:30, something like that.
And do you set those as like non-negotiables, as in like kind of like I'm always doing a workout every day, or not really?
Depends how I feel. I always go by feel, but most days I'm on. It'll typically be like 3 days on, and I'll make myself take a day off, another 3 days. And like on those rest days, I always do like mobility and stuff like that. So there's always something there, but it's just making the most of that time, like, or even do something small, like instead of like watching telly, read a book, things like that.
So yeah, just trying to be a bit more, like you say,
proactive
during your day. Yeah. And actually use it as a chance to potentially learn something new as well. That could be easily
I've been
something to
teach myself to draw. That's been my little thing recently.
To draw, you've been stickmans, are you, my man?
Well, that's what I'm.
All right. So next week we're all coming back, and Bailey's giving us his best like image. Like I tell you that now, 100%.
Yeah.
I want Van Gogh. I want Van Gogh, mate. That's what I want. I want Van Gogh. Let's go for a Mona Lisa. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be something for you to learn on. Tommy boy, what are we struggling with?
Me?
Yeah, Gillies.
I'm not too bad this time, I have to say. It is a bit sort of rubbish because I sort of don't normally, we work to sort of do stuff and see our friends and go out and do things like that, and we can't really do that at the minute. But for us, we put a lot of good stuff in place first go round. So like you said, like HelloFresh, for example, is a big one. So first time round, we were just smashing like 3 takeaways a week. And just eating crap all the time. And then we weren't really like doing proper shops or anything. So we started getting the HelloFreshes, and that sorted us out. Food, a bit better food wise. Yeah. And then for some reason, I always like gymming in the winter anyway. I think I've put all in the work. I've put the work in, mate. I'm all done. I don't need to turn up now.
He's nowhere to be seen in the summer. Now he's like probably being online is the most consistent I've seen from you from a while.
Well, I mean, the other thing is like because we're lucky that Rory's at good age, so we didn't, and he's at nursery now, right? So he's not.
How old is Rory now?
He's 2. Well, he's two and a bit. So he's at like a super good age, but he's not getting up. He's not getting up at night. And also, this lockdown and nursery's not been closed, right? So for us, before it was savage because it was like 7 till 7. Like I'd work 7 till 1, and then we'd swap over. Kaylee'd work 1 till 7. So I know that, all the other parents are having to work and homeschool and stuff, but for us, I don't want to brag about it too much, but it's been much easier that we can sort of bin him off and then do a normal work week.
Nice.
But yeah, and I definitely think like for me, the sort of being on Zoom all day, that was another thing. Initially, I was just like, I did sort of try, but then because it was like that with Rory, or with looking after him and stuff, it was like, I can't really be fitting that in as well. But now he sort of goes off, although I am on a Zoom type thing pretty much 9 till 5:30, 6 or whatever. It is a bit of a pain, but I do like this, I get up and do the 6, try and do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So what I try and like to do when I come in, and I try and get lay out my clothes in the morning. So lay out my clothes at night, ready, no excuses. And then all I got to do is roll out of bed, like go downstairs, open the laptop. I mean, I'm still always like 3 or 4 minutes late, basically exactly the same as I'm rocking into the gym. But
you got to keep the routine up, my man. You got to keep it up.
But exactly. But I mean, I think you just got to not be too hard, haven't you? If you sort of fall off. I mean, I have like treats, smash the hobnobs. I have to say that's my my current thing. I love the biscuits, but
Depends, is it a
and
chocolate hobnob?
then we have one takeaway a week. But as long as it's not more than that, you've got to have things like that that would sort of keep you in the loop. Normally we go out for dinner once a week or something, but now that you can't do that, you have to sort of try something else. I don't know. Has anybody tried ordering in any like meal kits from any restaurants or anything, like decent restaurants at all? Anybody tried that yet?
That don't sound like it.
No. I want to try that. I want to try that. I've seen like some like taco ones and stuff that I might order up to see, just like as a sort of treat night meal,
Try
or
and
like
spice it up.
Yeah.
well, just I mean, we make all right food anyway, to be fair, but just like I do miss going out for food, like making a thing of it, sort of, definitely.
Yeah. So it's definitely something obviously you enjoy and it's been taken away from you. So that's the worst thing. But like you say, there are loads of restaurants and stuff that do like sets and kits and stuff that you're more than happy to get you through that kind of treat night, should we say?
Yeah.
But so my man, good stuff on that one. Sounds like you're slowly working through. Cass, what have we, Cass? I know that you're a regular, but tell me about what you're struggling with.
Waking up.
Waking up.
Yeah.
But you're a regular girl, and in the mornings.
It's a bit of a struggle still. So I found that if I don't do the 6 o'clock class, then my routine for the day is totally out of sync. And I'm working from home and I'm shielding, so that's my sort of first contact with any other humans outside of my household, which is nice. But yeah, I found the mornings that I've like overslept, missed the class, taught crap. It just kind of snowballed the rest of the day and I felt tired and sluggish, which is weird. So yes, I tried to get there by 6:05. There's been some days I've worked up a bit later than that and I've had to apologize. Yeah, when I've woken up at 6:05. But yeah, I still jump on. Like today, I woke up this morning and I was feeling a bit crap and I started I'm gonna do 6 o'clock. Went back to bed, but I jumped on at 5 this afternoon in the end. So yeah, I think one of the biggest things was food. Because I'm home and there's a bowl of snacks on the table, I found myself eating like a whole packet of the large sweet and salt popcorn in one hit. Whereas if I was at work, I probably would have like portioned it out a bit over a week. So yeah, I think that's been a bit of a struggle. The odd days that I binge. It's not every day, but I do have a binge fest.
So it definitely sounds like a little bit of lack of, I wouldn't say lack of planning, if you know what I mean, because it's just, I guess it's hard to recognize when you're actually snacking too much.
Yeah.
And like I say, there's not too much to kind of be too. I wouldn't be sitting there slapping yourself in the face like going, send me in this like constantly. But I guess, guys, it definitely comes down to, specifically when we talk about building some good habits, especially around your nutrition, is that a lot of people snack because they're bored, or actually they could actually be thirsty. Your feelings are very, very similar. To say like, you're quite thirsty and instead you're smacking back the popcorn or whatever it might be. So they're quite similar. So the hardest part about specifically that scenario is, one, obviously recognizing that you do it, like, snacking, but actually you don't really need to be snacking. And two is actually being a bit mindful about yourself. So identifying that you're actually doing it and then actually asking yourself the question, am I actually hungry? Now, if the question is, are you actually hungry? And you say, yeah, I am, fuck it, it's fine, no issues, all right? But if you actually ask yourself the question and say, am I hungry? And you actually go, I'm not actually, like, you know what I mean? It's very, but it is a hard habit to kick. There is no question about that it's very, very rare that you've ever reached for a snack and think, should I? You just kind of crack on through. Yeah. And see you later.
If I got off the sofa, that's it, Mike. It's done.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You and the hobnobs, mate.
I'm on that way to the cupboard. I'm on the way, and there's no stopping me at that point.
So
I'll give some input there just on the snacking thing.
yeah, cool.
Right, from a very personal point of view, and I've spent a lot of time kind of sorting my nutrition with Chris, and then if anybody's seen pictures of me, say 6-7 years ago,
Beanpole kid. Guys, I will find it and post it in the group.
My nutrition, but couple of things that I know from me. If I'm craving sweets or convenience foods, it's because I've left it too long between eating a proper meal. I know that's one of my triggers. Like, if I'm feeling hungry, I'm going to go for the quickest thing I can get my hands on. And that for me is probably not going to be an ideal snack. And I know that from years of bad nutrition before CrossFit, I can very easily overeat, like very, very easily overeat. So if I am going to grab for a snack, and I know it's not ideal, if you're buying things like packets of Hobnobs, big bags of popcorn, bags of crisps, and you get these big bags, multiple serves, break them down into Tupperware, store them in the cupboard in Tupperware. When you go in, instead of grabbing a big bag, you're grabbing out one little tub. Also, be mindful, if you're feeling hungry, you should have already eaten. You've left it too long to eat something. So just work on your triggers. Like Mikey says, just before you grab for that, am I hungry for this? If I am, fine, I'm hungry for this. If I'm not, why have I grabbed from it? Am I bored? Am I stressed? Am I emotional? Just have that conversation with yourself. Just think, right, I'm hungry for it. Go and pick it up, take it back. Before you eat it, ask yourself those couple of questions. Then decide, do I want to eat this, or do I want to invest 20 minutes into cooking a proper meal for myself? And if you can have just a couple of little questions that you ask yourself, it's going to stop you smashing packets of popcorn or packets of biscuits. And again, it's not me saying be strict on yourself. It's me saying be kind to yourself. If you're hungry for biscuits, have biscuits, but don't punish yourself. Don't think, oh, I'm not working out today, I might as well eat the whole pack. Just some and say, but I've been where you are with the nutrition.
I guess the point there is obviously where George is saying, especially don't punish yourself. Now, most people, like, if they smash a pack of biscuits, they'll either feel guilty right there and then, or the next day you go, I'm eating nothing. All right. And then you punish yourself even further. Guys, if we are talking on a nutrition stance, is that I tell you what, by you eating one pack of digestive biscuits, like once a full blue moon, or that time where you've literally just gone down the barrel or whatever, that is not the point where you lose yourself. That is not the problem in your nutrition diet. That mistake that you, not mistake, because it's not, because 80-20 rule, right? You still got to enjoy life a little bit. But at the same time, that's probably not the point that's making you not get your results. That's probably not the point that's not making you unsuccessful, should I say. There's a lot of habit builders that you need to do. It is tough to do that. What George is talking about there, it's fucking tough to build those habits. And it is tough, and it takes a lot of time for it to happen. Now, when most people do it, they do it once, or they don't do it once, and they go, fuck it, I've ruined it, I'll start next month. Yeah, again, recognizing, be kind to yourself, and then going, yeah, look, we start again tomorrow, and you start fresh. And that's generally the standpoint that it should always be. Cass?
I think what's really good is that I've started meal prepping again. So I found that even though I'm not physically going to work, if I meal prepped and put it into little containers in the fridge and act as if I'm at work, that's made a difference.
Perfect.
Again, that's routine, right? That's planning, that's prepping, and it's always convenient as well. Like what George is saying there, don't get me wrong, George packing everything into little Tupperware boxes, and you must have thousands of Tupperware boxes by the chance. But you know, you can never find one when you want one, right? But I'm just saying, by breaking it down, it's a good tactic. But And that works with George, because George is very much, he's not OCD in his head, but he's very precise in what he does. He thinks about it, and he is weird. So that's obviously the point as well. But what I'm saying is that you find something that works for you, as in day dot, because I guarantee you that maybe on the first day, George didn't break down everything into Tupperware boxes, and yeah, right. It takes time for him to do that, and because it's a habit builder, and that's everything that kind of comes with that. And again, something to constantly remind yourself that you're constantly working on. You're constantly working on. It's never something that you just go, I'm every woman is. Do you know what I mean? It's not just I just snap into something new completely. That is my singing voice, by the way. You're welcome. But cool, guys. I think we got through quite a lot. What I would like to just suggest as a kind of a final point, right, is to just ask in saying, what would you like to see more from us? Now, see, I know that like what Gav says is that we do a lot. However, yeah, I want to know things that are going to help you further. All right, we've got another 6 weeks. What could we do or give you to help you succeed in another 6 weeks? What could we do? It's very tough to answer. I get it, but I'm saying, is it on a nutrition front? Is it? Oh wait, we got a message here from Ron Swanson. A C2 bike in my house. A Concept 2 bike in your house would definitely help. Okay, I guarantee that would. So again, it's equipment, I guess, is a stance on that one. But guys, what could we do to help you succeed in the next 6 weeks? Is that nutrition? Is that giving you more programming? Is that giving you more? Just what help do you need? What do you need to know about? What do you need help with? You can put your hand up and then we'll.
Just
yes,
say, I've really, but one thing that I do struggle with on the Zoom classes is the music.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you can put music through Zoom, I think through Spotify. I don't know if you guys can do that or not.
I think with the boys have the iPads, which I think I'll have to look into that. I know you can do it on the laptops. I know you can do it on the computers and so on. I think we need to probably look to see if we can do it for it. But you can play it through the music. I mean, that's not as bad as a question I thought that was going to be, really. You know. But yeah, music coming through the eye. Of course, I think having your own music's the best, because you're finding the vibe that suits you best in your room. But of course, yeah, music that we could put on to try and do that. That's not a problem if you need help with that. No issues.
I mean, it's a miracle me and Chris get on the iPad at all. I mean,
yeah. I've never known some boys that are so untechnically gifted in my life. It's incredible. Like, they're like, honestly, asking Chris to do something technical, like, don't even bother. I don't even ask him. I set it up. I had to come in this morning just to turn on the internet for him, just so he knew exactly how to set it up. If you know what I mean. I knew full well fact that he would not be able to push the on switch and let it all sync up. All right, guys.
Mike, so maybe I'll tell you what, because I still haven't got like double unders, for example. It might, I don't know if you could chuck out some like skill sessions or things to work on, like, so, you know, in that respect. So maybe progressions on double unders or something, you know. I know double unders is mine, but I'm sure lots of people have got other specific skills that they could work on during that time. So
skills, progressions, things just to work on whilst you're at home. Okay.
Tom, I've had a few out to me about double unders, and there's a video that I just sent to everybody. It's not my video. It's one I found on Instagram from Kate Gordon. If you know her, she's CrossFit seminar staff. She is really fucking knows her stuff, and she's done an excellent video on double unders. So I don't know if you've got Ruth on social media. So Ruth contacted me recently about double unders, sent her the video, and she said like it's changed the game for her. So I'm happy to put that up into the members page if you guys want that. That's been really good. Shiv used it as well. Lauren's used it. There's a good 5, 6 members that I've sent this to privately who've really enjoyed that double under video. So I'll get that shared.
Nice one. That'd be good.
I guess that doesn't go. I guess that means that there's a lot of breakout points there, as in double unders, things that we can definitely work on at home, like handstands, pistols, things that we can definitely do at home. Obviously, things like pull-ups. I don't think we're gonna probably go through a Tahal when you don't have a pull-up bar.
I think it's just like when we get back, there's going to be stuff that we haven't done, like pistols or whatever, like double unders. Like I can't really do them in the mornings because I haven't got space for them, to be fair. But like that doesn't mean I can't go out during the day or whatever. Like this week I'm off actually, so I am going to try and maintain even getting up at 6, because I can't be doing anything after 6 o'clock. It's in the evening. It's for me. So it'd be interesting to see how I go with a week off. See if I manage to maintain the bit of discipline.
Okay.
Paige, tell a few people when you're going to be working out, Tom.
Well, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. crew.
6 a.m. You heard it here first, peeps.
Checking in on you, my man.
I'll definitely be on Wednesday and Friday, but I might try and do tomorrow as well. We'll see.
Okay, cool, guys. Like anything else that you feel like you might need help, or what might be kind of cool? And when I mean kind of cool, I mean even if just maybe something that would really help you. And like I say, we do a lot, but at the same time, we can obviously try and manage as what we can. But has anybody got any cool things that we might be able to do for you?
Like I haven't, but I've got to shoot.
Just an input, Gav.
Don't want to be rude. Don't want to be rude.
No, you're cool, Gav. You're good.
Guys,
right, cool.
love you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, go.
See you later, Gav. See you later. Cool, guys. Anything else? Like
we had in our first lockdown, a team series type of.
Which honestly, to be honest with you, I'm gonna hold you there a little bit, because we've had a kind of a little bit of a coaches chat going on. We are looking, the Open is up and coming. But to be honest with you, we're going to look at doing something a little bit more as in an online thing for us, an in-house, like a bit like Open kind of thing, where we get you to kind of buddy up with somebody, or you can do it by yourself, and we kind of generate points through that, and like just kind of like the next 6 weeks as well. So we have discussed things like that. So that's all to come as well. So hopefully that gives you a bit of focus and motivation on that front as well. So don't worry, we're on that. We understand that the team series was loads of fun. A lot of people didn't like the whole counting situation, but sucks to be them. Chris Bradbury.
Right, one final question from me then. I can't see you all on the screen, but I'm assuming Mikey's on his laptop and he can see. Tonight's kind of call with everybody been helpful, and just as a show of like thumbs up, thumbs down, would something like this once a week help you guys out? Just to log on, have a chat with some other members, just get some like stuff out there that you think that's been on my mind this week. I want to chat to someone about it. Would something like this once a week for the next 6 weeks help you guys out?
Yes.
I think it could definitely be beneficial for like other people. Like for some people that like doing the classes, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it could definitely be beneficial for people.
Yeah, I think it's one. It's you're seeing other people from the gym, right? Ooh, other people, cool, huh? You can moan how
George's haircut. Really, to be fair with him, mate.
I know it's a big it's a Shaggy moment at the minute, isn't it? Shaggy, Scooby Doo vibes, Yeah, but again, this was going to be, and George just kind of beat me to the kind of the finish line, essentially, in saying that this could be something if everybody was interested in, where you grab yourself how should I say, a chilled beverage, and we sit around. Not a woo for George. If we said woo woos, George would turn up in his Komodo dressing gown.
On it, I can make it happen.
I mean, I don't think it's a lot. Anyway, I'm sure we can put it to a vote, hey guys, for next week.
So
all right,
Mike, You know,
Yes.
I think one of the weeks where we had a really more chilled out workout day, where
Yeah.
it wasn't a hardcore, intense workout. I think that was really nice.
What do you talk to me? Tell me a bit more about that.
It's where we weren't like jumping around doing burpees forever or run forever.
Cassius doesn't like burpees. She just
Yeah,
doesn't like burpees.
it wasn't a
I've had
27-minute
burpees.
EMOM. Is that what you're saying?
Chest press and hip thrust type workout. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
But
that one. Yeah.
you're talking about a bit more accessory kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that
so
was
it's not
really
always
the week up.
so it's not always like jump around, AMRAM, move quick, blah blah blah. It's all about, you know, moving well and good. Ian's nodding his head going, moving quick. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. It's fine. Nice and chilled pace. Yeah, guys, it's definitely something we can definitely look at towards. I know we've spoken quite hard about the programming and kind of what we want from moving forwards anyway. So yeah, I think there's a lot in the tank still to come, which is the cool thing. And hopefully keep you guys moving, guys. Unless anybody else has got any more questions or queries, we're more than happy to, you know, send the flare up to kind of get this. See ya. We're happy to do this again next week as well. I like burpees. Are you sure, Cass? Don't know about that. But guys, we're more than happy to do this on a weekly vibe, obviously for the next 6 weeks. And hopefully we can, you know, chat about where you're at, and obviously things like we'll be spoken about, we can kind of catch up and see how it's all played out. Again, it's all part of that kind of habit builders and setting focus and hopefully pull you back into it. So again, being a bit accountable as well. I think this could be quite cool as well to keep this rolling. Guys, any last questions or queries?
I think from myself.
I like how Ron's put, Tom, your hair looks good. Very nice. Okay. Tom,
It's
your hair looks good. Guys, other than that, I think we can wrap it up there. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to a good handful of you, seeing some of you as well. It's always good fun. Guys, I'll put up in the group about, you know, next week, and we'll have a chat and so on, and maybe we talk about another topic and share whatever's how we're feeling that week as well. All right, guys, good?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cool.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
All right, cool, guys. Hope you have a good one, and hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow morning for some of you. Okay, guys, I'll see ya. See ya.
Good
Cheers,
luck,
guys.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah.